Every morning at 7:42, he placed his bag on the seat beside him. He told himself it was habit. He knew it wasn't. His name was Arjun, 26 years old, software engineer, Andheri to Churchgate, every single weekday on the 742 Western Line. If you've ever taken a Mumbai local, you know what that train smells like in the morning. Sweat and newspaper print and someone's tiffin already open at 7 a.m. You know how the crowd pushes in at every station like water filling a container. You know that finding a seat, a real window seat, is not luck, it's a skill. Arjun had the skill. He always arrived at platform 4 exactly 4 minutes early. Always stood at the third door from the front. Always got the window seat on the left side, second row. Every morning. Like clockwork. For 8 months, he sat alone in those two seats. Bag on one, him on the other. Then one Tuesday in February, she missed her footing on the last step. He didn't see her fall. He only heard the sound. A stack of architectural drawings hitting the floor, rolling tubes, scattering like someone had spilled a bag of cricket stumps. And then a voice. Sorry. Excuse me, sorry. She was gathering papers so fast her dupatta was dragging on the floor, and she hadn't noticed. Brown kurta, ink stain on her left wrist, hair half up in a bun that was losing the fight. She looked exactly like someone who had run to catch a train and couldn't believe she'd actually made it. She looked up, saw the empty seat beside him, and said, "Is anyone sitting here?" Arjun moved his bag. She sat down, exhaled for a full 5 seconds, and said, "Thank you, I usually take the 8:10, but I have a presentation and, sorry, you don't need to know that." He smiled. "It's okay." That was the whole conversation. But when she got off at Dadar, 12 minutes later, she left behind the smell of her shampoo, something with jasmine in it, and Arjun sat in that window seat and stared at the passing city and thought about nothing at all, which for him was unusual. He was always thinking about something. She was there the next Tuesday, and the Tuesday after that. He learned her schedule before he learned her name. Tuesdays and Thursdays, always just barely catching the train, always the same platform door, always looking slightly overwhelmed in the most endearing way possible. He never planned it. He just stopped putting his bag on that seat on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Week 3, she brought a sketchbook. She drew for the entire journey. Small detailed drawings of buildings, windows, staircases. He didn't look directly. He looked the way you look at something you're not supposed to want to look at. Week 5, she noticed. "You always have the window seat," she said, not looking up from her sketchbook. "I arrive early," he said. "Smart." She turned a page. "I'm Meera." "Arjun," he replied. And somehow, that was enough. They weren't friends. They weren't strangers anymore. They were something in between them, something that only exists on trains, in the specific silence of two people who have agreed without words that this is comfortable. By March, they talked about real things, her architecture thesis, his frustrating manager, the best vada pav stall near Churchgate, a debate that went on for 3 weeks. She laughed with her whole face. He noticed. He also noticed he had started checking the platform door before he got on, just to see if she was there. And on the days she wasn't, the seat stayed empty. He never decided to do it. He just never put his bag there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Even when she was late, even when the train was packed and people asked, he'd say, "Someone's sitting here." And he'd look at the door. She never knew any of this. Why would she? To Meera, it was just a seat. It was just a friendly face on a crowded train. It was just convenient. Arjun knew this. He knew it the way you know something uncomfortable, quietly, without letting it fully form into a thought. In the last week of April, she got on the train with someone. A man. Tall, easy smile, carrying her rolled drawings for her. They were laughing about something before they even sat down. She saw Arjun, waved, the wave you give someone you're glad to see but don't need to stop for. And they sat, 2 rows ahead. Arjun looked at the empty seat beside him. Then he picked up his bag and put it there. The train moved. Outside the window, Mumbai blurred past, the backs of buildings, water tanks, laundry lines, all of it ordinary and relentless. He put on his earphones. He didn't play anything. At Dadar, she got off. She turned briefly, whether to say bye to him or just out of habit, he couldn't tell. And then she was gone into the crowd. He never saw her on that train again. He told himself she must have changed her timing, or her route, or maybe the project ended. There were 100 sensible reasons. He stopped arriving 4 minutes early. He stopped standing at the third door. The window seat, when he got it, felt like any other seat. Here's the thing about the small loves. The ones that never get to be anything. The ones that live entirely inside one person and leave no evidence anywhere in the world. They're not less real for that. Arjun saved a seat for 6 months. He never told her. She never knew. And maybe, probably, she forgot his name within a year. But somewhere in him, that seat exists. That 12-minute window of the city passing and her sketchbook turning and a conversation about Vada Pav that mattered more than it should have. Some things don't need to become a story to be true. Some things just were. Have you ever done something for someone without ever telling them? Something small that meant everything to you and nothing to them? I think more people have than will ever admit it. Tell me in the comments. I'll read every single one.